Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne. I have not posted a film in a long time, although I have been busy teaching chair yoga and various other classes, so it's just been a matter of not having time to get back onto the YouTube channel. However, I just kind of thought it was time to restart, and for those of you who are in need of chair yoga and really can't get out of the house, or it's just plain difficult or awkward to try and get to a studio, then here you have it right in your living room. Today we're going to do a bit of a kind of a stretch and a little bit of strength, and just trying to work on the breath so that we can have healthy lungs as well. And our beginning breath exercise is what I call box breath. It means that you inhale, you hold, you exhale, you hold. And we do it for a count. So the first one will be for the count of 3, hold for 2, exhale for 3, hold for 2. And then we'll just take a bit of a breather and see how we're doing. A reminder, if at any time you're feeling lightheaded or that the pose you're in is not a good one for you, then modify it, back out of it, join us in the next one. You take care of you first, and then you do your yoga second. All right, and let's get ready. Get those shoulders over top of the hips. Your spine is nice and straight. And inhale, 2, 1, hold, 1, exhale, 2, 1, hold, 1. Okay, so that's kind of short. We're going to go to 4 and 3, and that should be a workout without making you dizzy. So let's try it. I'm going to do 1 of 4 and 3, and I'm going straight into the second one. So if you need to, you stop and breathe normally whenever you need to. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. And hold, 2, 1. Well done if you made it all the way through. A little bit of a neck exercise next. I'm going to take my hand out to the side at about a 45 degree, and then I'm just going to take the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder, and I can really feel those tendons pulling. I have tight neck tendons, so you may or may not feel it. And then just holding that, really slowly lower that hand until the fingertips are pointing to the floor, keeping that ear leaning over to the opposite shoulder. And then you might feel a bit of tendon work kicking in, and as I say, you might not. Come back into that neutral position. Your head is straight, your hands and arms are relaxed. And then take the other hand out at a 45 degree. Have this ear leaning on to the opposite shoulder. Then I want to hold that, just allow that tendon to do a little bit of warming up and getting long. I'm slowly going to lower that arm down until my fingertips are pointing straight down to the floor. And again, I will hold that for a little bit and release. Awesome. Let's work our shoulders a little bit. So the movement is to come up, open all the way out. Now for some of you, coming up might look more like this and opening it out. Or maybe one arm works and the other shoulder doesn't. Whatever, you do you. But on the inhale, bring it up. On the exhale, open it up wide and down. Inhale up. Exhale, opening it up wide and down. Inhale all the way up and even on the way partly back. Now on the exhale, all the way down and partly to the front. One last time. Inhale all the way up. Keep it going, keep the inhale going, and then exhale to bring those arms down. Bit of a side bend, opening up on the ribs. I'm going to take one arm all the way up and over. You can hang on to the chair if you feel unsteady or insecure. Taking it over to the side, and you see I'm still moving so slowly. And then I'm going to open it up, leaning forward and bringing that arm all the way back into a twist. The opposite hand comes to the outside of the opposite knee. And release forward. And then let's just take that to the other side. So with the other arm now, I want to come all the way over, bringing that into a side bend. Maybe I'm going to hang on to the chair if I'm feeling a bit insecure. And just slowly, 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 really stretching that all out as best I can. And again, if that shoulder can't go overhead, then just bring it forward. You do what you can, right? Leaning forward, I'm going to open up this arm to the front, all the way to the side. My opposite hand comes to the outside of the opposite leg. I'm even going to follow this and look behind me. For some of you, that might make you dizzy, so don't do it then. Look just forward. You're going to have to play with these poses and know what's best for you. And I can't even see you, so I don't know what's best for you. Let's take this other arm all the way up again, one more time. I'm going to take that bend. I'm doing it all a little more quickly. I'm going to open up in front, bring the other hand to the other opposite knee outside, and opening all the way up to the back, bringing that down, doing exactly the same thing on the other side, taking that side bend, opening up those ribs, leaning forward, that lower back gets a bit of a stretch when you do that, and then taking that arm all the way to the back so I get a nice twist in the spine and in the torso, and then bringing that hand down. All right, let's stand. So standing postures, I'm just going to have my chair back to me. We do standing postures in chair yoga. We just don't, get up and down from the floor. I mean, for some of us, that's an impossibility. Or we can get down there, but we can't get back up. Either way, it's not very good. So let's just start with a balance pose. So I am hanging on to the chair. I'm going to stare at something that won't move. So you might not want to stare at me. Make it about a 45 degree. That's usually about best. Stare solidly and hard. The leg that is farthest away from the chair back is just going to come out to the side. You can put that same side hand on the waist. Now you're hanging onto that chair pretty good to keep that balance. So for balance and working on it, you want to try and lighten your grip, your death grip on that chair. Just try and lighten those fingertips. Maybe you can just be grabbing with the fingertips and the thumb tip. Maybe you can just rest the fingertips. Some of you may be able to take those fingertips right off the chair and grab a balance for a second or two, and then release. So we're going to do the other side. You can move your chair, or you can just move around, whatever works for you. I'll move the chair just so you can still see me. Again, you want to stare at something that isn't going to move. Take the leg that is farthest away from the chair. Okay, so one hand is grabbing the chair, the other side leg is the one that you're going to take out to the side. And I've just got it out to the side until I can feel the work happening in my hip. And I'm staring. I'm going to try and lighten my hold on that chair. Maybe I'm on a fingertip, maybe not. Maybe I can play with taking those fingers right off of that chair and holding that balance for just a second or two. And then I can come back down. All right. Well done. So sometimes it helps, to do a few poses in our flow and then go back to the balance, and you may find it's easier the second time around. Or at the end of the class, just say to yourself, okay, I'm just going to take that extra second to try that balance pose again. And you might get it. Like Sometimes that second time is just so much better. All right, so I'm leaning forward. I want to have my ankles and my knees under my hips and my hands directly under my shoulders. I'll bend this left knee. So my left knee is bent, and then I'm going to sway my hips over to the left-hand side, and that will help me open up that hamstring on the right leg. And then I'm just going to come into that neutral position again. I'll bend the right knee, sway to the right-hand side, and then open up that hamstring on the left leg. We sit a lot in our retirement years. And so those hamstrings are in this bent position a lot of the day. So one of the things we want to do in just about every chair yoga class is to straighten and strengthen and lengthen those hamstrings. Okay, straighten both of those legs now. All right, on the inhale, I'm going to lift my tailbone and drop my belly and look forward. Those of you with lower back issues, you do not want to lift the tailbone and drop the belly. Instead, you can stay perfectly neutral and look forward. Okay, so you'll be lifting your head and filling your lungs, but you won't be dropping that. And, just check it out. If you have lower back issues, just check it out. If you feel anything that doesn't feel good, then stop. All right, so inhale, cow. I'm looking forward, filling my chest and my belly. Exhale, I'm going to round that back. And those of you with lower back stuff, this feels awesome. So round your back, tuck your tailbone under, empty out your lungs totally. Inhale, looking forward again. Exhale, empty out, round the back, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. It feels good, hey, to do that stretch in the back. Okay, so I'm in this position here now, and if you have carpal tunnel issues, you might want to, have your hands on your knuckles. So lift the right leg straight back. Okay, that's your inhale. Your exhale is what we call the Jiva squat. So you're going to tuck that right knee behind the left and just slightly lower. So you do you. Some people might be able to really lower. Some people might just barely be able to get a bend. So the inhale, the leg comes out. The exhale, we take that Jiva squat. Inhale out. Exhale, Jiva squat. So just lead with your heel. So the inhale means you're taking that leg out behind you, but you want to lead with the heel and not so much point with the toe. Lead with the heel. So again, you're lengthening those hamstrings. Tuck behind. And then let's just do the other side. Okay, so I want to take that left leg straight out. I'm going to bring it behind for that Jiva squat. Inhale that left leg out, leading with the heel. Exhale, do that Jiva squat. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Both feet are planted on the floor. So we want to take a little bit of a twist while we're in this position. A reminder, you don't want to have the head below the heart for any length of time. You always want to have that head slightly above the heart. You can see that mine is a little higher than my heart. Okay, I'm going to leave my left hand right there, and I'm going to open up with my right hand to the side. My inhale brings that arm up. My exhale brings it down to shoulder height. I'll bring it all the way down and switch to the other arm so you can see me. My inhale, so my right hand is going to stay down, my left hand's going to come up. My inhale brings that left arm all the way up. My exhale brings it down to shoulder height. Inhale that left arm all the way up. Exhale down to shoulder height. Inhale that left arm all the way up and exhale down to shoulder height, and then bring it to the chair. And then let's go to the other side now. I'm going to lift that right arm up on the inhale. On the exhale, I'll bring it to shoulder height. On the inhale, I will lift it up. On the exhale, I'll bring it to shoulder height. On the inhale, all the way up. And on the exhale, shoulder height, and then all the way down. And then I want to stand up. Go ahead and have a seat on your chair again as we come into a little bit of cool down. So a nice short movement today, a little bit of stretching, just kind of getting the feel of things for everyone. So I'm going to take my knees to this 45 kind of degree angle, and then place my hands just kind of above the knees and back a little bit, just so you don't put too much pressure on there. And then lean forward. So my elbows are out to my side. I want to dip one shoulder down, and then using my hand, push the other shoulder so that it's more in line or above the first shoulder. So one shoulder is pointing to the ground, the other shoulder to the ceiling. And then I just want to switch. Nice and slow. Make that switch nice and slow. So now the other shoulder's pointing to the ground, and the first one is to the ceiling. And switch. So it's a bit of a spinal spiral twist, a gentle twist, but it does work the shoulders, and you may find that on one side you are able to do the twist, but the other side, the shoulder is saying, yeah, not going to do that today. And last one. And sitting up. A little bit of rotary cuff work. So this is called goalpost arms or goddess arms, either one. And I've brought my knees back together. All right, so I've got my arms here. I am being careful to try and open them all the way up so I get that opening in the chest. You might even feel that. Now that I'm here, though, I want to take the one hand and just kind of turn it so that it points down. So you look like one of those cactuses, right? And then bring it back up. And then the other arm comes down. For some of you, this might be very difficult. And bring it back up. Try it again, bringing it down. And up. And then bring this one down. And up. Hands together in front of heart center. Let's just take a bend to one side. Open up the arms. Bring those arms back together. Come straight. Take that bend to the other side. Open up the arms. Bring those hands back together. Come straight. And you can push yourself back into your chair. When that lower back feels the back of the chair, it's an automatic message to your brain and to your body that it's time to relax. So just relax. Close your eyes and then listen to the voice. Take a big inhale. Try and imagine you can see the air coming in. And then on the exhale, can you see the air going out? Quick body scan. Is there any body part that is talking to you more than another? On the inhale, imagine that air is washing slowly over that body part. Now it's nice and warmed. So on the exhale, it's just going to flow. It's healing air now, and it's going to flow over that body part. And then let's try that again. On the inhale, you're warming up that air. You're developing a healing air. And then on the exhale, that healing air is going directly over that joint. Ah, that feels good. Slowly opening the eyes. And may your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.